9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. This is your WWE TPR princess, Madam Timeless Elite, the hummingbird of AEW. Everything you need to know about all things Elite. Stone Cold Courtney is with you on this wonderful edition of AEW Dynamite. It's the final Dynamite before they get to Austin, Texas. And I'm actually watching Dynamite from Max because I never did it before. I normally watch it on TBS, but I'm very excited to watch this on Max. So I'm just waiting for Dynamite to start a bit, but I'm super excited. I never did, but this is going to be very exciting. And I get to spend it with all of you because this is the final Dynamite before Grand Slam Australia. We got a lot of good matches on the books. So we have Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata in trios action. We have Megan Bayne making her singles debut. I'm just waiting for Dynamite to go live. I'm just waiting for... Hold on. I guess I'm just waiting for it to go live. I'm like, what's going on with Dynamite? I'm just waiting for it to go live on Max. But yeah, Megan Banks making her singles debut. My client, Max Caster, is doing his open challenge. So very curious on what's going to happen first. We got some ladies in action. Kris Statlander taking on Penelope Ford. Dustin Rhodes taking on MJF. We have the Hurt Syndicate taking on the Guns for the AEW World Tag Team titles. And trios actions. The Death Riders taking on the Undisputed Kingdom. That's weird. How come it's not going live for me? Hold on. I'm just trying to work out these technical difficulties. So hopefully. But hi, Eddie Foster. Thank you. I am doing well tonight. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Boza. Hopefully Max works for me. And hello, Eric Tate. Thank you all for joining on this watch along tonight for Dynamite. Yeah, I am. So it's loading a bit because I'm trying to see what's going on with Max. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. Let me see. How come it's not working for me? For Max. Oh, we're starting with my client already? Dear God. Oh, Max, why aren't you working for me? Okay, here we go. It's not working for me. Thank God. Yay. Okay, here we go. We're starting off with my client already with the open challenge? Okay. So it looks like Hangman, well, not a surprise, start off with a challenge. Nice reception from Mr. Hangman. And of course, well, I'm starting off with all of you. We're starting off with one of my clients, Max Caster, doing his open challenge. And I'm not surprised, it's Hangman. I know. That's what I said. I think after last week, I was not very surprised with Hangman. So I'm just waiting for Max because I think this is the first time. I think this is the first time I'm ever watching on Max. So, so it looks like Max, he ran away. Is Hangman a face now? I don't think he is. I think he still is very demented in a way. He's very demented in a way because, like, you know, he's still feeling the effects of Swerve and Christopher Daniels, and he was also looking for Swerve in his locker room. So that's another thing too. So, oh my god, it looks like, oh, Max trying to hide from Hangman, but you can't. You can run, but you can't hide from Hangman. And he's looking for a fight. But don't underestimate it because they met before a couple years ago when Anthony and Max were in the Acclaim. So he's got some singleness under his belt. Former tag team champion, former trios champion, and I've seen him wrestle in the independent scene. So trust me, he's not a slouch. Oh, here we go. He is no slouch, I will say. He is not a slouch, but nice hurricanrana by Max, and I know he's definitely bringing it. And I definitely could see him as a heel, but Max, you might want to look behind you. Oh, well, usually you would think, but I always see Hangman as kind of betweener. Oh, and we have a little pop-up from our producer from the future, Dylan. He very rarely ever shows up on my watch-alongs for Dynamite, but we shall see. But yeah, the fans are really behind Hangman, and he's supposed to be a heel, but I don't know. I would think after Christopher Daniels, they would be booing him. I actually didn't like the way he beat up on my boy Orange Cassidy. I'm still fuming over that, but whoa! Well, not a surprise there, but your winner is Hangman Adam Page. No test night. Thank you, Eric, for letting me know, because I did see Mr. Nigel McGuinness is there, so we shall see. Hangman gets cheered because he has a character that develops in mind. I would think so too, in a way, because like I said, it's very weird. He was searching for Swerve in his locker room and also sneaking his stare down with MJF. I don't know, but congratulations to Hangman Adam Page. Pretty much, Boza. I mean, I still love the guy, but he's doing what he does best as a heel. And that's what you need. You need that. You need that little heel, but I'm okay with that. But Hangman won, and we're also seeing highlights from last week's Dynamite, which I have to say that was one of the best Dynamites I watched last week. That was one of the best Dynamites I watched last week in Atlanta, and they're showing highlights from Swerve versus Ricochet. That was a really good main event match, and I'm very, very happy on it. Okay, Dylan, thank you for giving me a heads up. I'm going to make sure not to give you any spoilers because you're setting up and you have just construction going on in your house. So, we shall see. But yeah, I'm watching on Max. I am going to get a few spits right away. Well, Dylan, I know you can't, but to be fair, I have to make sure we give no spoilers to everybody else because I don't want no one to get sad. So. But right now, we're kicking off with the first title on the line, and that is Trios. they're doing match 2, which is a trios match between the Undisputed Kingdom and the Death Riders. Wow. And you know what's funny? No matter, regardless of everything else, Adam Cole always gets a very good reception. It is crazy that he still gets that big of a reception. He doesn't even need a belt. He doesn't even need a belt to stay relevant. He just come in and do Adam Cole, baby. And the fans will go nuts. But I know, I really thought that was going to be the main event, but I don't know. I don't even know what match is going to be the main event. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see. So, I have a feeling they're probably going to end with either Adam Copeland or the tag team titles. So, that's only my guess. Australia don't have Max, but where does Dynamite is going to stream on Disney Plus as we get out ESPN2. Oh, thank you for letting me know on that, Dylan. That's really interesting. I did not know that. But that's good to know, especially if you live overseas. That is what is bad is I think people forgot about the Death Riders have the AEW 6-man. Yeah. I think some people tend to, and this is the first time we're seeing the trios match. I'm forgetting about that. People tend to forget about that trios match. And also because one of the things about this is because when they first got the trios belt, I think they try to help out some of the stars you don't see on the weekly basis, like Top Flight, Action Andretti, and even with the Dark Order. But I guess it wasn't pulling over with the fans, and that's where you kind of have to get not just the conglomeration, but also the Undisputed Kingdom into play. And that's why on Saturday, you got to see a lot of trios mayhem with Danny G, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand Ange, along with Shane Taylor promotions. So I'm happy it's starting to light a fire, because I will say some of these trios, it's going to be very, very interesting. And this could cause a lot of mayhem. That's all I have to say. This is going to cause a lot of mayhem. And I am in for it. I look, I just want to see competitiveness within the trios division and tag team division earlier. So we shall see. I was wrong earlier. I thought since Dustin Rhodes and MJF was commercial free, that's going to kick off the show. Actually, thinking about it, I think that not only is going to be commercial free, I feel like that's going to be the main event. Because I have a feeling it's either going to end with Adam Copeland, the tag team titles, or MJF versus Dustin. So, and here we go. We knew this was going to be mayhem. This was going to be a lot of mayhem in the trios division, trios belt. So here we go. We have trios belt on the line. All right. And I'm trying to see. Hi, Bobby. Long time no see. I hope you're having a wonderful time on a Wednesday. So we shall see. Anything with MJF in it. And we'll, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's like I said, it's either that or Adam Copeland. But I would not be surprised if it was MJF, considering it's also commercial free. So we shall see. Oh, well, the second part, I'm watching this on Max, by the way, so I don't get the picture-in-picture. I just get the ads. So I think that's the sucky part about it, is because since I've watched it in TBS for so long, I'm so used to having it in picture-in-picture. But it's very interesting to see. It's very interesting to watch on Max, because usually I'm going to go back and forth, because I do have cable, but I also have Max too. So it's nice to kind of change it up a bit. Was watching Renee's latest episode of Close Up. She was at the Plaza Theater, I think in Atlanta, Georgia. She talked to Tony Monroe. So funny. Hey, look, my client, she's ready. She said it in an interview. And I actually watched that interview, by the way. And also, she had an interesting thing to say about the women's division. And I may get that on a clip too next week. Or actually, no, I may put that clip in when I do my watch along this weekend for Grand Slam. But she did have some interesting remarks to say about the women's division. So I'm just so proud of my client. She's just doing amazing things. She's getting ready for her match this weekend. She's ready to make history and do something that not many women in AEW has done. If she wins, she'll be a 4-time AEW women's champion. So super, super proud of Toni Storm. She is the reason why I watch AEW to this day. So I give kudos to her and so proud of her to see and do amazing, amazing things. Yeah, that's a negative thing. I think that's why people watch on TBS. So we don't get picture in picture on Max. Beloved my Mary. Exactly. And here we go. We are back from ads and we have Trios title in action. We have the Undisputed Kingdom, which consists of Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong taking on Wheeler Yuta, Pac, and Claudio Castagnoli. So I have a feeling this match is going to be a little bit of mayhem. And also with you, this is the first time I'm watching on Max. It has been freezing a little bit, but I guess this is the first time I'm watching it for Max. But had a little technical in the beginning, but we're doing pretty good. So very excited. I'm feeling the wrath. Oh, Bobby, you should be proud of your client, Harley Cameron, because we'll be talking about her later in the 2 hours. So this is going to be something. So it looks like the Death Riders pretty much have the advantage already in trying to take out poor Kyle O'Reilly, but Roddy and Adam Cole are trying to get the fans behind Kyle O'Reilly. And the fans are trying to get behind Undisputed Kingdom. Wheeler Yuta trying to take a dirty. I just call him a little runt. That little runt, I call him Wheeler Yuta. I'm mad that he screwed over my client. I'm never going to forgive him for screwing my client, Orange Cassidy. For God's sakes. Damn it. It would be something if we met Mother Monroe on Saturday. We know the card for Australia thing. It's a possibility that could be the main event. Or, well, because I'm trying to think of the other matches on the card, but I would not be shocked if that was the main event. But I just love seeing the ladies main event Grand Slam because this is women's wrestling talk. We advocate for all the ladies here. So I'm very excited to see my client, Madam Timeless. If Harley Cameron beats Mercedes, I will move to Toni Storm's home country of New Zealand. Oh, that's a bold statement, Dylan, but I don't know because I don't. You should have saw my watch along a couple weeks ago when I did Maximum Carnage because I made a bold prediction that Harley Cameron will be TBS champion at Grand Slam in Australia. And it may come true. And also, if you did not hear, I will be doing a watch along this weekend for Grand Slam Australia. So we shall see on that. It's going to be fun. It's a day after Valentine's Day, so you get to spend it with me. And as the rest of the entire start of AEW go on the land down under. Tag is made to Roderick Strong. Roddy's putting in on Pac. Claudio tried to come in. Backbreaker by Roddy. Roddy, I would say Roddy is definitely showing a lot of offense tonight in this match. Roderick Strong's doing duties. And I think that's what the Death Fighters need. I feel like they need like some serious competition within that trios division. It's just cooking it over. Oh, and it was a close one too. Undisputed Kingdom almost had it. Oh, nasty kick. This is why the Undisputed Kingdom, I just hope the Death Riders don't think of this as like an easy walk in the park, because Undisputed Kingdoms are no slouches. And I could see them being a future trios champ for AEW. And that's what it needs. A lot of competition. Will Grand Slam be on delay since it's after the All-Star game? Yes, Dylan, our wonderful producer from the future. I know for me and my time zone, it will be 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. Yep. So you get to spend Saturday night with me. And I know we talked a little bit about WWC Live, and Professor, he said that it was a little underwhelming. Some people said, oh, the Killer Edge card is underwhelming, but we've always seen this happen many times when we look at a card within AEW, whether it's Dynamite or Collision or even a pay-per-view, and we always say, oh, it's underwhelming and everything else. But when you watch it live and the action's there, that's when a lot of people change their perspective, and it's really good. So it's like, oh, okay. So really doing that. Adam Cole's trying to root on Roddy. It looks like Wheeler Yuta has Roderick Strong in a submission hold. So it looks like Roderick Strong broke out of the submission hold. Ooh. Nice suplex by Wheeler Yuta. Kick out by Roddy. Tag is made to Pac. And Pac looks like he has Roddy in a submission hold. Boza, I know your comment earlier. I would be shocked if Marina Shafir did interfere. A little known fact, if you did not know, Marina Shafir is married to Roderick Strong. So it would be very interesting for her to come into this match and attack her husband. Oh, boy. All right. Okay. 1, 2. Kick out by Roderick. Pac is like taunting Roderick Strong. He's taunting him. Claudio has him in a Roderick Strong in a chokehold and Brisbane Brawl this weekend. They just showed it on here, so it's going to be Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley taking on, I'm still going to call him Adam Copeland, and Jay White. So, oh my God. Claudio has Roddy in a submission hold, and Roddy's trying to make a tag. That didn't work. Tag is made to Pac. Tag is made to Wheeler Yuta. And no, surprisingly, they tried to take out both Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. They're just triple teaming Roderick. I guess this is where they make it more dangerous, and that's why they're trios champions. And also there is an ad, because I guess this is where it goes, the picture, but now I have the ads up, so. Oh, Bobby, thank you very much. I'm happy that you look forward to do my watch-alongs. I always try to make this a lot of fun and interactive because, especially for AEW Dynamite, because I know a lot of times people always have a hard time giving AEW Dynamite constructive criticism in a good way. Constructive in a good way, but sometimes they always trash it in a negative way and really never give, always focus on the bad. But they actually do have some soft spots in the AEW realm. It's just they have to figure out what's working and what's not working. And also, I would like to see, because some of their stars have entered mainstream a bit, I would just like them to see kind of take it to the next level, because there are so many stars that are doing amazing things, and I wish it was kind of publicized a lot more on all their social channels. So we'll be talking about that. If the Undisputed Kingdom were going to go back to the four-man faction, who would you want to see as a fourth man? Oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting to see. Sorry, I think my TV froze. Hold on. Let me see. Let me try this again. Hold on, I think I fixed it because this is my first time watching on Max. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of bugs. Thankfully, I'm watching this now, and I didn't watch it on January 1st. Oh, man. And that's a perk when you have cable, because even though it may not work on Max, you get to rewatch it the next day and DVR it on TBS. So, I do have a plan B on that. But it's working right now. It's working. It's working. I had to work out a few bugs, but it looks like Claudio is trying to catch a tear. Adam Cole gave him a kick. Double kick by Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Ooh, can the Undisputed Kingdom do it? And Eddie, go back to your point. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the fourth man, because normally I would see either Matt Taven or Michael Bennett. But as their fourth person, I'm trying to think who we haven't seen. Ooh! Who? Oh, and your winners and still champions is the Death Riders. They're still the AEW Trios champions. So, gotta give kudos to the Undisputed Kingdom. They did put up a fight, but I don't think it's going to be the last time you see those two teams. And also, there's a few other teams lurking within that Trios division. So, Can be very interesting. And oh, look, just a beatdown. Death Rider's giving a beatdown to all the members of the Undisputed Kingdom. And oh, looky, it's Daniel Garcia, the TNT champion, with Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange. I love seeing Daniel Garcia. I don't care what anybody says. Daniel Garcia has definitely improved a lot. And if anything, he should be one of the pillars moving forward in the men's division. So I think, like, honestly, if I had to put any person like in those pillars within the male's division for the future, Daniel Garcia is right up there because he has put in a lot of work, a lot of effort. And also, it's nice to see the TNT champion be there every Saturday on Collision since he first got it. So he's being a fighting champion. And those three want it. But I just love Daniel Garcia. I do. And a little story that I have, because somebody asked me what stars from AEW I met in person. So my brother and I went to a meet and greet in Philly. And Daniel Garcia was there. My brother wanted to meet Daniel Garcia. I didn't. So he took a photo with him and met with him. And I got to see Daniel Garcia for a bit. And he was a very cool person. He was very cool, down to earth, very happy for him to succeed. And that's why he's the TNT champ. So we see in the ring Daniel Garcia helping out Adam Cole. Also, you have to remember, Daniel Garcia is the TNT champion, so he has a lot of targets on his back. So, and there's Marina Shafir, John Moxley. She's trying to imitate the cameraman. Jeez, what did the cameraman do to you? Oh, Adam Copeland hit Moxley with the steel chair. And what's he doing? Marina Shafir. What's up, everybody? Ooh! Adam Copeland locked her in! He locked Marina Shafir in. So, and there's Jay White. They took the briefcase! Oh my God. They took the briefcase and they locked Marina Shafir in the room and hit Moxley with a steel chair. Man. Man. Well, that's the one way to get John's attention. You take away his most prized possession in that briefcase. So this is going to be a fun war. Always a good thing right before Grand Slam this weekend. So yes, on commentary we have Nigel McGuinness, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. So as I mentioned, they're showing Grand Slam Australia, the Brisbane Brawl, John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli taking on Adam Copeland and Jay White. Oh my. Oh my. And the other match it's gonna be a really good match. Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega teaming up. Not in my bingo card. Against Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher is coming home to Australia. I can see that match being mayhem. And of course, Bobby, your client, Australia's own Harley Cameron taking on Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. Miss Harley by Mercedes. I would not think of that as an easy win. Is wrestling house shows no more? So, Eric, just to let you know, I'm not going to say it's all going to go away, but I know WWE, they are reducing some of their house shows a bit, and at least giving wrestlers a lot of time to be at home with their families, give them a break. So there are some house shows, but I think they're reducing them. I know WWE is. I don't know from the other promotions. So So they just show the card for Grand Slam Australia, and they're showing the rest of the card for tonight. Of course, commercial free is going to be Dustin Rhodes taking on MJF. Oh, and speaking of MJF, oh yeah, this guy is on here. Oh God. Well, MJF had an interesting promo. It kept cutting in and out for me for Max because I want to see, is anybody getting any clears? But yeah, I was going in and out of the interview because it kept freezing for a bit and then it came on. So I did catch some of the interview with MJF. Yeah, I don't know why it's not going on with me. Yeah, I don't know why it's freezing on me for some odd reason, but I think I may watch it on TBS because I don't know why Max is not going good for me. But thankfully, that's why I have cable. That's the perk of having cable. That's the perk of having cable. Boza, if you could tell me what MJF said, because I only caught a little bit of it. So you might as well tell me what happened. Okay, so I'm watching on TBS. Thanks for that. All right, Boza. I'm actually good because I'm on TBS and we're on Chris Jericho. Well, it looks like Chris Jericho is calling out Bandito, trying to get the job done because we know Bandito wants the Ring of Honor Championship belt. So he's calling him out next. Really interesting. Thank you, Boza, for catching up on the screen. Yeah, pretty much. He's calling out Hangman. I did get that because they are going to have a feud. I could sense it. I feel like if they really want to go definitely heavily on All In, this definitely is a feud I would definitely put on there. Them two, along with Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. Because if they really, really, really want this to be a successful event, along with playing Saturday Night Wars or Saturday Night's main event, they kind of really have to up the rivalry in the card a bit. So we shall see what they do there. But thank you guys for joining with me on this wonderful watch along for Dynamite. Had a few technical glitches, but we're trying to get in there. I'm doing that. All right, I'm gonna try again with Max. I'm gonna try it again because maybe it didn't, but it's very odd because I just got a new router for my Wi-Fi, so I shouldn't be having any issues with that, which is very weird. But thank you guys for joining on this watch along for AEW Dynamite, coming to you from Austin, Texas. And if you're joining in on the fun, we kicked off with my client, Platinum Max Caster, with his open challenge, and it was against Hangman. Oh God. So I have my client Max Caster taking on Hangman Adam Page, which he did show some offense. I give him credit for that. I do give him credit for that. He did show some offense, but in the end, it was Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page, and it was Hangman Adam Page. So all right, let me see. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, maybe. And plus, this is my first time watching on Max too, because there's going to be a lot of glitches. There's going to be a lot of glitches happening, so you never know. I do appreciate you both for catching me up. But thank you for joining on this wonderful watch along Wednesday with me, your WWE TPR princess, Madam Timeless Elite, Stone Cold, whatever you want to call me. All right, here we go. And here is our AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Jon Moxley. Well, pretty much, Jon Moxley said, "Adam Copeland is a dead man walking." And we get to hear from the learning tree himself, Mr. Chris Jericho, the GOAT. I will say, I don't care what anybody says. He's the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. Give the man his flowers. Oh God! But I definitely want to thank everybody for joining on this watch along, and it's only 8:45, almost at the halfway mark. So definitely want to thank all of you for joining me on a Wednesday. Well, it looks like he's getting a nice standing ovation in Austin, Texas, Mr. Chris Jericho. Usually it's the opposite. It's just weird that Jericho's a Ring of Honor World Champion. Well, you would think, because with the caliber Chris Jericho had, but I don't know. But Chris Jericho called out Bandino, putting out the bounty, so he's calling him out. He has the mic on his hand. Well, here comes Bandino, and they're going to meet in a classic showdown. But I smell shenanigans in this. I feel like I smell something. I smell that members of the learning tree are going to interfere in this showdown. Don't you think? Yes, thank you, Bosa, for that. Oh my God, Saturday's going to be crazy. So, I don't know if there's going to be a watch along for Vengeance, but NXT Vengeance will be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Grand Slam Australia will be at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But I know I will be doing a watch along for Grand Slam Australia. So, get ready. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because, oh, and here we go with the showdown. Hi, Lewis. Thank you for joining on, and I am doing wonderful today on this Wednesday because I can just spend all of you. Now I'm curious about this showdown, and also for any other news, I just restarted Max, and now it's playing clearer. So yay! I don't have any interruptions in that, so I'm very, very excited. But I just like to celebrate the little things. I feel like I'm the only person. Oh, I knew I smelled the last shenanigans right away with Brian Keith. I smelled it because I was really looking forward to this showdown, and I kind of smelled it right away. Oh, and here come the Outrunners. They're just a fun tag team to watch. I kind of wish they would kind of be in the forefront for those tag title shots. That would be a fun match. The Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners. I wouldn't mind seeing. And also, I have to remind folks this. So over the weekend on Collision, if you watched it, FTR did a promo, and they want the AEW tag team titles. Oh, and speaking of that, there's Big Bill. So we know if Big Bill's coming along, we know Powerhouse Hobbs is not behind. And I have a feeling those two are going to meet at Revolution, because we don't have any matches at Revolution yet. So I have a feeling it's going to be Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Big Bill, and possibly Max Caster taking on Anthony Bowens at Revolution, considering that's where Bowens has relocated to Los Angeles. Here comes Powerhouse Hobbs. I told you. The big Bill's up there. I'm telling you. You better give them a match of Evolution. I'm telling you that right now. Please. I think Ring of Honor's portion of WrestleMania. I think they call. Oh, thank you for that, Boza. I would think that would be the main event, Bandino versus Chris Jericho, because he wants that Ring of Honor title. So, just see. But we got to see Mr. Powerhouse Hobbs. I'm just happy to see Powerhouse Hobbs back on TV. I don't care. I just love seeing him. But I have a feeling they're going to meet at Revolution. And Bandino, he wants his Ring of Honor championship back. So, Chris Jericho, you better be careful. Oh, boy. Adam Copeland and Jay White. Let's hear what these two guys have to say. Well, Adam Copeland and Jay White have the briefcase. Who knows what they're going to do with it tonight? And we are almost at hour 1 of AEW Dynamite. And I'm so excited to be with all of you. It has been a very good, solid episode so far. Oh, and I do want to put a friendly reminder in, because once we wrap up tonight's Dynamite, we're going to do a quick post show. It'll be after Dynamite. It'll be on the same link, so you do not have to go anywhere. So make sure to grab your beverage, go take a bathroom break, get a stretch in. Definitely make sure to do that. The post show is going to be on this same exact link, so don't have to change anything. Not going anywhere, and we're just going to do a quick run through of the post show. So just want to put a friendly reminder in there, but happy to be with all of you on this final AEW Dynamite before Grand Slam this weekend. Where has the time gone? Where's the time gone? Okay. Who do you think goes after AEW TBS Championship at Evolution? Bobby, that's an interesting question. Because I'm going to tell you something. If Harley wins this weekend, sky's the limit if she wins. Because I would love to see either Anna Jay, Queen Amanada, or Julia Hart go after the TBS Championship belt. Because I feel like they would deliver a lot of good matches. Oh, that is true. If Harley wins, I think there might be a rematch. Yeah, Eddie, that is true. To be fair, we got to make sure Miss Mercedes has a rematch. Have to make sure Mercedes has a rematch. But if Harley beats her in a rematch, I definitely want to see if Harley does beat her in a rematch, I definitely want to see her take on some other women as well. I would love to see her take on, as I mentioned, Anna Jay, Queen Amanada, Julia Hart, some of those women in there But I know I'm very excited to see Harley Cameron. She has improved a lot wrestling-wise, and the fans have been behind her ever since. She's one of those little treasures that needs to be protected because she can sing, she can play guitar, she's a ventriloquist. If Mercedes retains, it'd be a yeah, that could be a possibility, Mercedes. But if Mercedes retains, she's got to go up against Julia Hart. I have not seen her go up against Julia Hart or Deonna Purrazzo. And I feel like they both can give her a run for their money for that TBS championship belt. And Bobby, as I agreed, Harley Cameron versus Deonna Purrazzo. Or Harley versus Taya Valkyrie. Because she was the one that Harley pinned to get her first win. I could see that happening too. Mm-hmm. All right. So it's on commercial. And we are back live. And Renee is interviewing Dustin Rhodes at this match with MJF later tonight, which is commercial free. Oh, Dustin. He can never go on with a promo. He's ready for him. And here we go. Here's MJF against Dustin. And reminder, folks, this match is commercial free. As Boza said. It's commercial free, by the way, folks. So no breaks, no picture-in-picture, nothing. And oh yeah, this jerk right here, MJF. I mean, look, I have nothing against MJF. He's a great athlete. He's a great champion during his reign. But he is the biggest jerk. He's just a jerk. And I can see why he doesn't have that many friends. But that's just him. Who am I to say? But very excited for this match. MJF, Dustin Rhodes in Texas. I know. Well, we shall see. Yeah, Dylan, I agree. Give Deonna Purrazzo a chance. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Deonna Purrazzo challenge for the TBS, either if it's Mercedes or Harley. Yeah, it looks like it. I thought this was going to be the main event, but I have a feeling it probably will be either Adam Copeland or the tag team titles. Either or, but we shall see. I think they are main eventing with answering. Yeah, that is true. That is very true, but it's either going to be Adam Copeland or the Hurt Syndicate. Because remember, the Hurt Syndicate are defending the tag team titles against Austin and Colton Gunn. I still can't get over last week. MVP took a page out of my Cliency Acclaimed playbook and called them the Ass Boys. Oh my God. Oh boy. Well, Dustin is getting a nice warm reception in his home state of Texas. Nice one. And Bobby, I do agree. It's nice to see Austin and Colton back because they were injured a lot, and I'm sure they're going to reunite with Jay White soon. And also Juice, he's hurt as well. But hopefully Jay White gets some extra backup and help out with the Death Riders. But here we go. MJF, Dustin Rhodes. And reminder, the match is commercial free. So there's no commercial breaks, no picture-in-picture, just these two going at it. The crowd's getting into it. Dustin's just playing along. Oh, and here we go. He's taking a beating on MJF. Get back in the ring, you coward. Dustin taking MJF back in the ring. The crowd is on their feet for Dustin. They really are for Dustin. And I love that he's getting a warm reception. And MJF trying to get the crowd, but I guess it doesn't matter if he's a jerk or not. The fans love him anyway, so it is what it is. That's just him. Also, feel free to put in the chat who do you think is going to win between Dustin or MJF? Because I can see a lot of physicality in this match. MJF. Oh, nice sunset left by Dustin. Oh, MJF got him on the arm. Kick out by Dustin. Crowd's trying to go behind Dustin. Ooh, nice move by MJF. I'm gonna say this. I don't know what it is, but I see people giving the finger to MJF, but I guess he's used to that. I guess he's used to it. What are they calling him? MJF mimicking the crowd on what they do to Dustin. What's MJF doing? Oh boy, he's doing classic MJF tactics. Giving a kiss to the camera. Oh boy. Oh, MJF. I will say Alicia is a lucky, lucky, lucky girl. That's all I have to say. Alicia is a lucky one. Ooh. He's trying to hurt his hand. MJF trying to give punches to Dustin on the head. Oh my god! If anybody's watching this match, he literally taunted Goldust. You saw a little bit of Goldust in there. I was like, what? And Dustin gave MJF a powerbomb. That's pretty much savage right there. Oh my goodness. Oh man. And the fans are really going loud for Dustin. Here we go. Ah! He did a little bit of Goldust. He showed a little bit of Goldust and he did it right back to MJF. Dustin's feeling it. He's feeling it from the fans. Oh, nice counter by MJF. Ooh, targeting that arm. Kick out by MJF. Oh no, he's not. MJF's not going to do this. Is he going to do the crossroads? I guess not. Oh, here we go. Only two people can do that. Dustin and Cody. Kick out by MJF. He kicked out on the crossroads. My God. Oh, and he saw the replay of the crossroads. Dustin's feeling it from the fans. He's feeling it. He's feeling it, folks. Ooh, roll up by MJF. Roll up by Dustin. Here we go. Ooh, nice counter by MJF. Ooh, that's be it. Ooh, kick out by Dustin. See the look at MJF's face. He couldn't believe it. That should be a meme right there. MJF could not believe it either. What's he doing? He's grabbing a steel chair. Not a surprise there. What's he doing? Oh man, he really wants to cripple Dustin's arm. MJF intimidating the referee. He really wants to shatter his arm. And the ref took out the chair. Oh! Oh, the Golden Globes. Is MJF gonna feel shattered? Yes, he felt the shattered dreams. Oh my god. OMG, 1, 2. Oh man, so close. So close by Dustin. So close. Oh my goodness. Even on Shattered Dreams, MJF kicked out. He's going to be sore the next day. Even though this was taped last night, I'm pretty sure MJF is feeling it today or leading into Australia. MJF looks like he wants to end this match. Ooh, kick out. Ooh, and he has a submission hold. He has a submission hold. He's targeting that arm. Is Dustin going to tap? MJF's just aggravating it. Is Dustin going to tap? Here we go. Dustin, is he gonna? MJF putting that submission hold in. Is Dustin going to tap? It looks like he's fading. It really looks like he's fading. Yeah, he's fading. Match is over. You're winner of the match. MJF. MJF won this match. I got to give credit to Dustin Rhodes for hanging in there. He gets a lot of credit in my book for hanging into that match. But your winner of that match, MJF. Hey, well, jeez. MJF wants to beat up on the referee. What did the referee do to you? You jerk. What's he think about doing to Dustin? He's really putting his arm around him. Ring the bell. Oh, and Hangman. Well, you heard what MJF said to him earlier. Him and Hangman. I'm trying to think. And people can put this in the chat too, because I'm trying to recall if they ever had a match with each other. Because I don't think I can recall a match. But if somebody in the chat can, feel free. And also with the fact they need matches for Revolution too, since it's fastly approaching. Ooh, MJF tried to do a sneak attack, but these two are gonna go hammer with each other. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot. It's just a lot of physicality, a lot of mayhem. I would not be surprised if their match was like a Texas death match. We see security in the ring. We see Jerry Lynn coming out. And I know the fans are chanting, "Let them fight, let them fight." Oh, yeah, there's Chuck Taylor. When did Chuck Taylor come back? Because even though he was very injured during that feud with Moxley and Orange Cassidy, when did Chuck Taylor come back? Mm. Oh my god. And there we go again. You can't keep them apart. You cannot keep them apart. MJF is running. Hangman's fall. Just let the fight. Let the fight in the back. Let the fight in the parking lot. The same way you did with Big Bill and Powerhouse. Just let them fight. Just let them fight throughout the night. He threw. I don't know what he threw at Hangman, but my God. Oh my goodness. And they're fighting in the stands with the fans. Oh boy. Oh my God. These guys want to destroy each other. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this is not the last time. You heard the crowd. You heard the crowd. Let them fight. This is not going to be the last time you see these two go at it. Oh my God. Oh man, there's going to be a lot of physicality. There's going to be a lot of mayhem between them. he threw the beer at a fan. Oh man. He is a my God, how did Hangman get from up in the stands? Oh my God. Oh man, there's just too much physicality between the. Oh my God, so much physicality. Just let the fight throughout. Let him fight throughout backstage. Let him fight in the stands. Just let him fight. Oh man. Well, that was pretty interesting. A lot of mayhem. A lot of mayhem, folks. So we go from one mayhem to another. They're showing the promo ahead of this weekend's tag team match at Australia between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, taking on Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. And of course, they're showing one of the matches at the TBS Championship. So I kind of knew they're going to show some promos of that. Yep, they're trying to do everything to get people pumped up for Grand Slam Australia. I know I am doing a watch along this Saturday, as I mentioned, but feel free to put in the chat on what match you are looking forward to this weekend. Because there's a few matches that, I mean, obviously my client, Madam Timeless. I mean, of course I'm looking forward to seeing my client on there, but I think there's some. I mean, of course, Harley Cameron. I would love for her to win. TBS champion. No shade against Mercedes. But I would love to see Harley be TBS champion. I would also love to see Buddy Matthews be Continental champion. I just would love for him to get a taste of singles gold and just beat up on Okada, because if they really want to make Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada one of the matches leading up to All In, Kazuchika Okada has to drop the belt. He has to drop the belt. I would love for Buddy Matthews to get singles gold for 2025. That's what I like to see. And we are on commercial with AEW Dynamite. So it has been fun hanging out with all of you on a Wednesday. I know I had a lot of technical difficulties watching Max and trying to watch it on TBS, but I think we are good now. And plus, this is my first time watching from Max, so I just have to get the bugs out of the way, and hopefully it'll be good to go for next week. But so far, it's been good so far, and excited to be with all of you. And also, feel free, since Dynamite's on commercial, we're going to take a commercial too, and feel free to check out some of our merch and one of our sponsors, All Caribbean Wrestling.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
And thank you guys for joining with me on this watch along for Dynamite. We do have a few more matches to get to. Of course, we got some ladies action. Megan Bayne's going to make her singles debut in Dynamite. We also have Kris Statlander taking on Penelope Ford. We also have the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And of course, we also have Adam Copeland having Jon Moxley's briefcase hostage. So we don't know where that's going to go, but I have a feeling the tag team titles are going to be the main event, which I don't have a problem with that because tag teams deserve to be in the main event spot. So during this main event, they reminded us your client can make history on Saturday. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, obviously my client is gonna make history. Come on. She's gonna make history this weekend. Okay? Just be good. Okay, so moments ago, they're showing the highlights that happened moments ago between the chaos between MJF and Hangman Adam Page, and they pretty much wanted to kill each other. I could watch this all day if I wanted to, but oh man. Oh man. Hangman taking out security. Just being a crap. Oh boy. So next week in Phoenix, Arizona, MJF and Hangman Page are going to be face to face. That's going to be mayhem. That's all I have to say. That's just going to be mayhem. And that's it. So we get to see Megan Bayne. I have followed her on the independent scene, and I've seen her a few times wrestle on Wrestle Open and Beyond Wrestling. And I believe somebody mentioned that she is the reigning House of Glory Women's Champion. But she is well known in the independent scene, and I'm very happy that she is making her mark on AEW. We did see what happened on Collision this past weekend where she took out Thunder Rosa. I smell a rivalry with those two ladies. And I think that's something that, because I know last Friday, the WWT crew were talking about this last Friday on what they can do within the women's division in AEW. Because on paper, they have a very solid and stoked division. It's just they need to figure out who are the main pillars that are going to represent this women's division moving forward. Like, who do you want to focus on? Of course, we have my client, Toni Storm. And then you have Miss CEO in Mercedes Moné. Then you have to also think of some of the other women. Like, for me, obviously, I would definitely put Willow Nightingale, Kris Statlander, Jamie Hager, Julia Hart, Anna Jay, Deonna Purrazzo, and of course Thunder Rosa I would put in that mix as well. Because I think you definitely need a core of ladies on who is going to be your pillars for that women's division. And Bobby, yeah, Sky Blue. Sky Blue I would definitely put in there. Sky Blue and Queen Amanada I would put in that list too. So you have to figure out like who is going to be your pillars for this women's division going forward. Because if you look on paper, they have a stacked card. It's just they have to figure out what ways they can do it. Oh, and I forgot else. Hikaru Shida I would put in. I would definitely put her in that list because she was at AEW from the beginning as well. So it's just really figuring out like who are your pillars to lead this women's division. Because yeah, people can always say Mercedes, but one person can't do it on their own, and you need a group. And also, I was watching WWT Live last Friday, and I didn't bring it up the last couple days. And the mayor mentioned Mercedes is single-handedly carrying the AEW brand on her back. Sir, this was my initial reaction when I first saw this.
Bullshit. Bullshit!
It really was, because you're telling me she carried that single-handedly on her back? And you tend to forget some of the other stars that actually did mainstream? Come on. Come on now. I had to watch this last week. I'm like, there are some stars that are crossing over in the mainstream. It may not be the same way you want, but there are some stars that are crossing over in the mainstream. Like Swerve is doing it with some of the success he did since even like during his reign as AEW World Heavyweight Champion. MJF just did Happy Gilmore 2. Darby Allin did an initiative with Tony Hawk. I know my other client, Orange Cassidy, he did some interviews on radio, but I kind of wish it was publicized a lot more better. And then, of course, you have Max Caster, because he's doing a lot of freestyles. He's doing, like, freestyles. He's actually going on tour with one of his favorite rappers he grew up with, Murs. Anthony Bowens, he is he played baseball when he was in college, so it's nice to see him use that platform and cross over into the baseball. So there's a lot of stars that are doing a lot of things in AEW. So I'm just saying. Oh, and I wasn't even paying attention to this match, but the winner of the match was Megan Bayne. She won her match, so now she's 2-0. Well, she made her debut in Dynamite, but she's 2-0 so far in AEW. And oh man, I definitely want to see her versus Kris Statlander. I could see her and Kris going at it. I could see her versus Kris. Because Kris Statlander is somebody I would not want to mess with. And I love that he's doing like a sneaky stare down. It's not like, one of those things go right the way. But yeah, it's very sneaky. But this is going to be a fun match. Two ladies that have been in AEW at the beginning. And these two know each other very, very well. Penelope Ford and Kris Statlander. These two ladies know each other. So, this is going to be fun. And plus, I always love seeing the ladies in action. Love it, love it, love it. Well, here comes the bad girl, the super bad girl, Penelope Ford. Actually, I'm happy to see Penelope Ford in a lot more TV time since she's been back. Because I know she had a very gruesome injury, but I'm happy to see her back. And she's no slouch either, because she's been in AEW from the beginning. So this should be a very physical and fun match between these two. Is Shida still? Yeah, Hikaru Shida is still signed. She's still signed. I just know, like, a lot of times some wrestlers take on, like, other ventures and they're doing, like, either independent or other opportunities. But she is still signed within AEW. I just want to see her back on TV. But here we go. Ladies' night. It's pretty much the ladies' hour. Kris Statlander, Penelope Ford, two ladies that are no strangers to each other and been in AEW since the beginning. And it looked like Kris Statlander was taunting. Used one of Penelope Ford's signature trademarks. Eric Tate, AEW is a good show. Yeah, I will say, since they switched over to using smaller venues, and also since they got rid of Rampage, it has gotten a lot better. And I love that they are expanding a little bit. I mean, yeah, there are a few things they need to work on a little bit, such as really creating more storylines for the women's division, creating a lot more storylines in their tag team division, just really being consistent and stability with storylines, and also booking too, because there are times where it's usually a hit or miss with booking. So we shall see. But like I said, AEW, they've been on the block because last month marked their 6-year anniversary since it first started. So Penelope Ford. Oh, that's why she's the bad girl. But as I was saying, it's definitely been a good show. I'm happy with the smaller venues. There's a lot more energy, and that's what they need to do. And also, it's a business because they want to make sure the revenue is going up and in the greens, not in the negatives. But I think it just needs consistency, stability, improve a little bit of their booking time to time, but we shall see. It's starting to come alive, and let them build. Kris Statlander. Slapped her in the face. Oof, Penelope. Oh, nice move by those two ladies. Is Grant's episode going to be 3 hours? Eric, I would not think so. I think it's going to be probably 2 hours. I think Grand Slam Australia is going to be probably 2 hours. And there's Statlander. Is she going to hit? The fans are going behind Kris Statlander. Oh, I guess they went. I guess they were going picture in picture, but it went straight to commercial for Max for me. But I was like, oh, so I gotta wait till the ads and commercials. But it has been a solid match between those two ladies. So it looks like the tag team titles are going to be the main event because we still haven't heard from Adam Copeland. So we shall see. Just waiting for the commercials. I think that's the one thing about watching on Max. You don't get the picture in picture as you would on TV. Hallelujah says, I guess she dropped the alien gimmick. Yeah, so she dropped that a couple years ago, the alien gimmick. And now she's kind of like born again Kris Statlander. So yeah, she dropped the alien gimmick a few years ago. So just want to make sure. I'm just waiting for these commercials to end, but I'm just watching some of these commercials because I'm just waiting for it to end because it was a really good solid match. Because you just can't see in it when you're in the middle of a really good solid match, and then it's on commercial, and then you gotta wait for the commercials to be over, and then the match comes back on TV. So it's like, oh, okay. I'm just patiently waiting, just waiting for the match to be on. It's kind of like when Tom Petty did that song. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers did like, the waiting is the hardest part. That's always the hardest. I'm just waiting. Oh, and they do have a commercial. So they do have the commercial for Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary show, which is this Sunday on Peacock. 50 years Saturday Night Live's been on. I barely watch AEW. I just started back watching TNA since the name change, and now especially since the W merger. Well, thank you and welcome back, because as you know, every Wednesday I do a watch along for AEW Dynamite, so feel free to hop on. We also do have other watch alongs on Women's Wrestling Talk. We have Fridays, Honey Night SmackDown with my WWT sister Honey. We have Monday Night Mare with our own Mare who handles Raw, and also Tuesday Night Pharaoh, which is handled by our councilman handling NXT. And of course, yours truly handles AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays. So there's plenty of watch-alongs happening during the week, and thank you for joining with us as well. It's always nice to see Penelope before I getting TV time. Exactly. And I found out she is from Philadelphia, and she's an Eagles fan. Because I don't follow her on Instagram, but I did see like she posted she did post it during the Super Bowl. So I know Penelope Ford is a huge Eagles fan, and she's from Philly. So always good to see people representing. Oh, and we are back live with Kris Statlander and Penelope Ford. Harley Cameron. And yes, Dylan, Harley she can really sing. I follow her on Instagram, and she can really sing. She can sing. She can play the guitar. She's a ventriloquist because she had that I thought it was cute when she had that cute little puppet of Mercedes because it looked like Mercedes. And I just loved it when she did that. I was like, that is so cute. All right, so we are back between Penelope Ford and Kris Statlander. Ooh. Kris Statlander is feeling it. Oh, and next week, we just got a match next week, trios match. It'll be Shibata, Samoa Joe, and Hook taking on the Patriarchy in a trios match next week in Phoenix. So we got some matches already announced. MJF and Hangman are going to go face to face. We got some trios action, and who knows what action we are going to get. And we are not even on Australia. We're not even thinking about Australia this weekend. So who knows what action we're going to get between now and next Wednesday. And especially because next Wednesday is the aftermath of Grand Slam Australia. Ooh, nice counter by Penelope. Nice counter. German suplex. Nope, kick out by Penelope. I'm happy this match is going a little bit longer, especially since these two know each other very well. They know each other very, very well. Ooh, nice counter by Penelope. Ooh, did her gymnastics. And is she going to go with Saturday Night Fever? And she did. Kick out. That's it. Your winner of the match, Kris Statlander, picked up a big statement win. Oh, Bobby, thank you for always enjoying AEW. And they do have some fun stuff, even though sometimes it can get a lot of hiccups. Kind of fun stuff. I know Harley can sing. She's a real Australian. Plus, she did the Iconics theme in TNA. Well, thank you for that note, Dylan. I did not know she did the Iconics theme in TNA. That is something good to know. And, oh, look who's back! Megan Bayne is coming back. After that stare down she had with Kris Statlander earlier. And, ooh, Penelope doing that. And Megan Bayne's taking out Kris Statlander. First, she took out Thunder Rosa on Collision. Now she took out Kris Statlander. So, I don't know who's going to be the next one to take her out because she took out two ladies at the forefront of the women's division. So, that's kind of a bold statement right there. That is a bold statement right there. I like to see Daniel Garcia versus Anthony Bowens. I actually do too, Bobby. I would love to see one of my boys, Anthony Bowens, take on Daniel Garcia for that. Because Anthony's been saying this many times. He wants a TNT championship. And, oh, look at that. Our TBS champion. Oh! Can I just say Harley Cameron did a lot more better in the CEO position than Mercedes? I'm sorry, but oh my god. And Harley Cameron said it. Feel the wrath. Feel the wrath. And now I know our producer from the future is on the main event, but it's now main event time. Let me switch up banner. We got some tag team action. We got the Guns, Alston and Colton taking on the Hurt Syndicate. To me, Hurt Syndicate is still unknown in the tag team division. This is only their third match in AEW as a tag, and already. Well, Boza, just to be fair, yes, they are starting out. And also, there is another team that wants to grab that in, that's FTR. Because if you saw their promo that they did over the weekend on Collision, they want to be 3-time tag team champions. So we shall see. I first saw Harley in 2020 when she made her US debut against Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay's team. She has come full circle. She's determined to score the upset of the year. I know it's February. Hey, Boza, we've been talking about this the last couple of weeks. And I just put out this crazy bold prediction that I was just like, Harley Cameron's going to be TBS champion. And I know a lot of people snarked at me and everything, but I said, it's going to happen. She's going to be TBS champion. So, few minutes ahead of you, but your laugh was perfectly timed with something coming up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was just so fun. And plus, I just loved her promo. It was just so cute as a puppet. Harley's ex-husband, Zion Quinn, aka used to play rugby against my cousin for Reggie. Wow! See, Dylan, thank you for putting that as a fact. Our producer from the future and fellow Aussie. So appreciate you for that. And that's really, really awesome. And Bobby, we're going to feel the wrath this weekend. And here come the Hurt Syndicate, the tag team champion. They're saying we hurt people. I mean, they're over. Whether you want to believe it or not, they were over. They're over. I mean, the thing about this, I could see a match with them with FTR. I just want to see how they are with the other tag teams in the division, how they're going to work. I want to see them how they do against the Gates of Agony, Lance Archer and Brian Cage, the Outrunners. I'm also going to put the Young Bucks in there. Yes, I'm putting the Young Bucks in there. The Young Bucks. Also FTR as well, because if they wipe the floor with every single tag team in that division, I've been saying this. Like, I know. Yes, Bobby, grizzled young veterans. I want to see how they do too. I want to see how they do against the infantry. MXM, I gotta see how they do against the other tag teams, because I'm gonna tell you something. If they wipe the floor off of every single tag team, if they beat FTR, if they beat the Young Bucks, literally wipe the floor. And I know people are like still trying to put their heads in, but even though my clients, Caster and Bowens, are doing solos, they're going to get back together. They're going to get back together. And once they do, they're going to feel refreshed, re-energized, and be back to the tag team where they are, because that match they had in January was a joke. That was not the tag team that I saw on TV. So I can see them dominating throughout the tag team division. And especially because here's the thing with FTR. And FTR doesn't take a lot of losses. If they really want to help elevate and put the tag team on the map, FTR has to put over the Hurt Syndicate. So we shall see. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tag team match. The Hurt Syndicate taking on Austin and Colton Gunn. Oh, nice counter by Colton. Ooh. Yeah. And also, you have to remember, because I should have put this in there, even though Swerve is feuding with Ricochet, he still has a bone to pick with Bobby Lashley. So, oh my God! I'm listening to the crowd. They're saying we hurt people. Oh my God. They are chanting we hurt people. Oh man. They're saying guns up. I hope WWE does PLE at some. Dylan, you're such a savage. Be nice. Be nice. AEW will have to bring in the Good Brothers. The Hurt Syndicate to be the other time. Well, yeah, because well, I mean, we shall see with the Good Brothers. They may not want to be in AEW. I can see they're probably going to New Japan. That could be an option too. But they've got a lot of mopping with the floor to do on every single tag team. And VP, he's got that cane. He got that cane. But don't worry, folks, because they're going to be wiping the floor for every tag team division. So that's why I'm not too worried with the Acclaim splitting up, because they are destined to do singles, and that's what makes them a versatile tag team. I'm not too keen about it. But I'm looking at Max, and it's on commercial. So just waiting for it to end. Oh, they're special, all right, Dylan. They're special, all right. But it's only a matter of time, because that's what I'm saying. Like, if they do face FTR, FTR has to put them over. They have to put them over. And FTR doesn't take that many losses. I think outside of the Young Bucks, the only team to beat FTR was who? Oh, yeah, my clients, the Acclaimed, have a win over FTR. But I'm just saying. Sheamus just posted a picture with Miro. Wow. Well, actually, that doesn't surprise me at all, because, you know, as I said, Miro is finally free out of AEW. And actually, that does surprise me. What surprised me the most on social was when Drew McIntyre took a picture what surprised me was when Drew McIntyre took a picture with Jack Perry. And that caused so much of an uproar on social because we already know the situation between Jack Perry and CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre and Punk were like going head to head with each other. It was just like, that's what did it for me. So I'm just waiting for this commercial to end. Just waiting for this commercial to end. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this commercial to end. Just waiting for the match to come back on. Mercedes Moné will be at House of Glory on March 15th, and maybe she's going after Megan Bayne. Yes, Bobby. So just to let you know, we were actually talking about it at WWT Live last week, where Mercedes Moné is going to be at House of Glory. We don't know what she's going to do. We don't know because they didn't say she was going to be in a match or she's going to be in a promo or a vignette or whatever. But she is going to be there, but we don't know what she's going to do. Only time will tell, and if they drop us hints, we shall see. So we shall see. But yeah, if you're in that area where House of Glory is, because Private Party trained there, Daniel Garcia trained there, along with many others. One of the trainers is the Amazing Red. If you don't know who he is, if you don't know who it is, Amazing Red is a wrestler, and I highly recommend watching his matches from TNA. So, and we are back live with a tag team title match. The Hurt Syndicate taking on Austin and Colton Gunn. I think this is going to be very interesting because whoever they drop the belts to is going to really help elevate this division. It's just you have to find the right tag team to do it. And also a rivalry too, because this is going to be very interesting on how this is going to go. As I said earlier, the Hurt Syndicate also has to deal with Swerve, because even though Swerve Strickland is dealing with Ricochet, Swerve still has a bone to pick. And also, her Hurt Syndicate says they want all the gold. And when I mean all the gold, I mean all the gold, including the AEW World Heavyweight title, the TNT title, and even the International Championship. So we shall see on that. Oh, Eric, thank you for loving WWT. And we love you too. And we appreciate you joining us on this Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite. So, Shelton Benjamin has Austin Gunn. Oh my goodness, they have guns up, but saying we hurt people. This has to be over. Ooh, nice counter. Tag me to Colton. Okay, here we go. Well, Austin's giving them a run for their money. Here we go. I will say Austin and Colton Gunn are definitely showing a little bit of offense, I will say. At least it's not a squash match, I can say. At least they're showing at least some offense. Austin got distracted. I mean, not Austin. Colton got distracted. What's it? I think it was a miscommunication on that part. Oh, nice double team by Austin and Colton. That's what you want in a good tag team, making sure the synergy's there. Oh, they got their dad's move. Kick out. I will say, Austin and Colton are giving them a run for the money. I will say, they really are showing it. Yep. Oh, nasty, nasty clothesline to Colton. Oh my God. So, I have a feeling they're definitely going to have a dominant throughout the whole year of 2025. I think the Hurt Syndicate. And I feel like this is going to be one of those things where this is going to be probably something that the Young Bucks couldn't even do. And that's pretty much dominate. And when I mean dominate the tag team division. Because this is going to be very, very interesting. Oof! I wish I gave Bobby Lashley another signature move. That's it. That's all I want. But your winners and still tag team champions are the Hurt Syndicate. So, Hurt Syndicate haven't had a match against Matt Taven. Yeah, they haven't had one against Taven and Michael Bennett. So, they are still the tag team champions. But I feel like this is something that's needed to really have that dominant force within that tag team division. And who's going to be the one to do it? I don't know. But we shall see. And we'll see what happens in the long run. And like I said, Swerve is lurking because he still has the bone to pick with Bobby Lashley. Oh. And look who's there. Lance Archer and Brian Cage. Well, this is really interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing this match, Lance Archer and Brian Cage. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Interesting. And they're with the Don Callis family. Oh, and here's our wonderful AEW Women's Champion, Mariah May. I know, Dylan, I'm far behind. I know I'm far behind because I had to deal with a lot of streaming issues on Mac. So I am on Mariah May. I am a little far behind, folks, but Well, Mariah, you had a lot of words, sweetheart, but nobody can touch my client. You can never touch my client. She's always been Toni Storm. That's why she is going to go in. That's why she's a 3-time AEW Women's Champion. She's going to make history being a 4-time AEW Women's Champion. And she's still the same Toni Storm that everybody adores and loves.
Still the same lovable, captivating Toni that I've always been.
I'm just saying, nobody, and I mean nobody, can lay a finger on my client, the timeless one, Madam Timeless. So that's one of my nicknames, Madam Timeless Elite. But just me. Well, we're going to have a fun one. She thinks she will end the career. Over my dead body, she's not going to end the career of my client. See, Toni, the thing about her is she just puts it all. I mean, you know what? She may not give 25, 26 matches as Little Miss CEO, but she puts her body and everything on the line. And also, did I mention that was PWI's top women for 2021? Well, gee, thanks for telling me that, Dylan, because I'm still on goddamn commercials. I'm on commercials. But yes, thank you for joining on this watch along with me. Yes, exactly. I think Mariah forgets Toni Monroe's antics aside. Toni is a good wrestler who grew. Exactly. She developed on her own. And she's the reason I got into AEW. Because I met her right before she made her debut into AEW. So I'm very excited on that. But just to let you know, once Dynamite is over, we're going to do a quick post show after this. It won't be taking too long, but it's going to be on the same link. So make sure to grab a beverage, take a bathroom break, get your snacks ready, because we're going to dive into a quick post show because I'm going to be very quick on this. So, but definitely thank you all for joining on this Wednesday night edition. Wednesday night edition of AEW Dynamite, coming to you from Austin, Texas, the final Dynamite right before Grand Slam Australia. And we have a lot more to go. She isn't the woman who thought she was all that in NXT. Got to the main roster, thought she could beat Charlotte Flair, didn't, got pied, and now she is Toni Monroe, who could be a 4-time AEW Women's Champion. Exactly. It's usually a matter of timing, and also you kind of have to put it on booking too, like booking as well, and how that's gonna work. So, very proud of my client for the transformation she has become since she came to AEW. So, kudos to her. All right. And here comes the radio superstar, Adam Copeland. Because throughout that, yeah, he took, here comes Adam Copeland, here comes Jay White. He still got this briefcase. Still got the briefcase. Well, Moxley better come out wherever you are. Okay, so let's hear what Copeland has to say. Oh my god! I remember Spike. Who can forget Spike? So it's official. We got a match at Revolution. And trying to bring out the rest of the Death Riders. Get that little run out of here. He's got Spike. I would not want to hit it. He hit it with Spike. Oh my god. I would not want to hit it. There's Marina. She took it. I would think FTR is not far behind. Ooh, but it's official, folks. We have our first match of Revolution. Death Riders taking out Adam Copeland. I know FTR is not far behind. Moxley's acting really tough. Ooh, and a spear to John Moxley. Well, Copeland has his trusty little friend Spike and Jay White because they are getting ready for Grand Slam in a Brisbane street fight. So this is the final goodbye before they head to Australia in Aussie. And they're going through the card one last time for Grand Slam Australia. But we got our first match for Revolution. Jon Moxley taking on, I don't want to say Cope, but Adam Copeland for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So that was a really interesting episode, a send-off for Dynamite. First time I watched it on Max, I had a lot of hiccup issues with the buffering and streaming, but it was my first time watching it. So hopefully next week I should be able to do a lot more streaming. But that was the end of AEW Dynamite. But I'm going to take a quick 30-minute break because we're going to do pretty much just a quick post show to go over everything that happened tonight, especially what's happening right before Grand Slam. Then also Revolution is on the way. So give me at least 30 seconds to prepare, and we'll be back shortly. Guys. All right, so we're going to do a quick little post show on what happened with AEW Dynamite tonight. So, sorry, I'm trying to get myself together. So, I was able to watch on Max for the first time, and I did encounter a lot of streaming and buffering issues, but I was able to watch most of it and just get it, but by next week, we should be good to go. So, we kicked off Dynamite with my client, Max Caster, his open challenge, and it was none other than Hangman Adam Page. I will say, thankfully, it was not a squash match. It was not a squash match. I was happy. At least Max was showing some offense. But winner was Hangman Adam Page. But as I mentioned on WWT Live, there is something slowly processing because I don't think Max Caster is a jobber. He's a former tag team champion. He's a former trios champion. He wrestled in single matches before when the Acclaim were together. So I'm very curious on how this is going to go. And also, if like he's going to go on this crazy madman and take a deeper dive into it, because sooner or later, him and Bones are going to have a match. I would think they would have a match at Revolution. Because I feel like after that match, just let them do solo matches. Just let them do it, and we'll see what happens. But the winner of the match was Hangman Adam Page. Next match, we got to see trios action between the Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta, or as I call him, the Little Runt, Pac, Claudio Castagnoli against the Undisputed Kingdom for the trios title. That was a really fun match. Let's hope Max versus Anthony ain't shoved away on there. It better not be. That needs to be on the main show. That has to be on the main show. If they're going to do it at Revolution, they have to put it on the main show. But going back, it was trios action. It was actually really fun to see the trios division be action and also really kind of line a fire because it's very competitive. Undisputed Kingdom gave everything they can. But your winners and still trios champion is the Death Riders. After the match, the Death Riders tried to beat up more in the Undisputed Kingdom. But thank God, Daniel Garcia, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand Ange came in to help out the Undisputed Kingdom. So there's a lot of things cooking up in that trios division, and I love it. And the fans are now starting to get a lot more involved. So that makes me excited. We also, hold up, we got to see Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata in trios action, but I don't like to use the term squash match, but it was a squash match. Just saying. We also got to see Dustin Rhodes take on MJF, and this match was commercial free, by the way. And that was pretty funny where Max tried to mimic Goldust, like the Goldust signature look. But Dustin tried to give him a run for his money, but the winner of the match was MJF. And there was a chaotic brawl that happened between Hangman and MJF. And Lord knows where that's going to go, because that's going to turn into a lot of mayhem. I would not be surprised if that continued on to Grand Slam Australia. But they are destined to have a match in the near future, and it's starting to heat up pretty quickly between these two. So next week on Dynamite, they're going to have a face-to-face. And I already smell chaos and mayhem between those two. I just smell it. So, winner of the match between Dustin and MJF is MJF. We also got to see Megan Bayne in action. Again, I don't like to use the term squash match, but she won. But we got to see a little bit of a stare down between her and Kris Statlander. So that should be very interesting. And Kris Statlander took on Penelope Ford. Two ladies that know each other very well and been at AEW from the beginning. From the beginning, they're no strangers to each other. It was definitely a physical, really good match between these two. But the winner of the match was Kris Statlander. And after the match, we see Megan Bayne come out. And Kris Statlander was having a stare down with her, but Penelope, the same way what happened last week, Penelope Ford attacked Kris Statlander from behind, and Megan Bayne laid her out. And she's sending a strong message to the entire women's division. She took out Thunder Rosa on Collision last weekend, and tonight she's taking out Kris Statlander. So Lord knows whatever ooh, my eyes are itchy. Lord knows whoever is gonna, whatever female she's gonna take out next in the women's division, but she is making a mark. So I'm very curious on what they're gonna do with her in the coming weeks. Also, we got to see some little promos from Miss Harley Cameron, and we got to see the little mini CEO as her puppet. But Harley Cameron delivered a serious promo. And she worked very, very hard. She's definitely shown improvement in wrestling. And I know people say the card is underwhelming, but I'm really excited for this match. I'm very excited to see Harley come back to her home country to take on Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. That would be monumental if she wins. So we shall see on that. We got to hear from our wonderful women's champion, Mariah May. She had a few words to say against my client, the timeless one. Lady, your time as AEW Women's Champion is tick, 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 tick. Because my client is ready to make history and do something that not many women in the women's division can do. She's ready to become a 4-time AEW Women's Champion. And that was going to happen this weekend. And I'm going to sit there and watch it in all my glory. So, Mariah May, beware, because you're facing off against my client, timeless Toni Storm. And then we also have a tag team match between the Hurt Syndicate and Austin and Colton Gunn. Austin and Colton did show some offense, but in the end, the Hurt Syndicate retained the titles. And we got to see Lance Archer and Brian Cage come out. And remember, they are part of the Don Callis family. I'm trying to imagine how Don Callis and MVP are going to be at ringside. Oh my goodness. 2 times the headache. But I'm very happy because this is going to be very interesting because they got some tag teams they got to go through. Not just them, but the Cage of Agony, Grizzled Young Veterans, the Infantry, FTR, the Young Bucks. So many other tag teams wiping the floor. But I could see them being dominant. I mean, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I could see them dominate being tag team champions throughout the entire remaining months of 2025. Because at this point, I don't know who is it going to be. And if it's going to be somebody, they have to put over a team. But, I mean, if they beat FTR and the Young Bucks, it's like, well, I know Max and Anthony are doing solo runs, but I did say they can come back. And also, they do have a score to settle with the Hurt Syndicate. But that's something I'll talk about in the coming months. But let them do their solo runs. But yeah, the tag team division starting to heat up. And then we got to see Adam Copeland and Jay White running amok backstage, trying to take Moxley's briefcase. And we end the show with them being in the ring. Adam Copeland brought out his old friend, Spike. And soon enough, he got his match at Revolution. It'll be Jon Moxley taking on Adam Copeland for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So we got our first match. Yay! And I think probably after Grand Slam, we'll probably get a few more matches coming in for Revolution. So be on the edge of your seat for that. But overall, it was actually a pretty good, solid show. And I love, like I said, I love that they're doing smaller venues because you get to see the interaction with the fans. It is so cool to see. But for this episode, and this is the final Dynamite before Grand Slam, I give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was very, very solid. There was a few mishaps in between, but definitely give it a solid 8 out of 10 for AEW Dynamite. Definitely a solid way to end the show right before they head over to Australia this weekend. I give it an 8 out of 10. It's just been a very fun show. Thank you all for joining me on this watch along for AEW Dynamite. A friendly reminder, I will be doing a watch along this Saturday for Grand Slam, and it will be at 10:30 Eastern Time after the NBA All-Star game. So I will be doing a watch along this weekend. Very excited to do with all of you. And it's been super, super fun spending it, of course, this week with me. Definitely want to shout out, and I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Definitely want to give a shout out to Eddie Foster, Boza, Eric Tate, our producer from the future, Dylan, for popping in here, Junk Punch Hero, Bobby Patino, making sure I don't miss anybody. I'm just making sure I don't miss anybody. Hallelujah says. So I definitely want to thank all of you for joining on this watch along for Dynamite. Just a friendly reminder, I will be doing a stream watch along for Grand Slam this weekend. You can always catch me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on WWT Live. Me with the rest of the crew, we're definitely doing down. Just to let you know, there will not be a watch along this Friday for SmackDown. Honey will not be doing a watch along this Friday. So just to let you know on that. We also definitely make sure to check out the rest of our watch alongs. Of course, I do AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays, Honey Night SmackDown on Fridays, Monday Night Mare on Mondays, Tuesday Night Pharaohs with our councilman doing NXT. So we got so many watch alongs happening, and we want to thank all of you for joining. Please make sure to follow me on @CourtneyNJ11 on Twitter and Instagram, where I do have a lot of stuff in the works happening, working with 2 promotions, doing collaboration with them, Bell to Bell and ISPW Wrestling. So it is a very fun time, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity and this platform to be with all of you, and also definitely doing this watch along for AEW as well, because I know they are capable of doing it. Few hiccups in between, but they are definitely on their way. So definitely want to thank all of you. Wishing you guys a very safe evening. Stay cool, stay warm, and I will see you back on Friday for WWT Live. And always make sure to follow everything about Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a good evening and be safe.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.